What's up, everyone? Super excited for today, and so happy to go live again today on this Saturday. So happy Saturday! Hope you have some really fun weekend plans. For those that don't know me, my name is Austin Dorman. I'm a certified funnel builder and ClickFunnels ambassador. So we're gonna kind of dive in a little bit more about like what that is. If you've seen my previous live streams, I kind of talk about my story of how I became a certified funnel builder and ClickFunnels ambassador, and kind of my journey, my story of where I started to where I am right now. So super excited to be here with you live today. So I'm just going to check a couple things. We're streaming here in the Facebook group and also on YouTube. So first off, make sure you put hashtag live if you're watching live and hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. And then afterwards, do hashtag FB for the Facebook group and then hashtag YouTube or YT so I know where you're watching from. So this is going to be really awesome. We're going to give it just a couple minutes for people to trickle in and join us today. See, and then let me just check the Facebook group as well, just make sure that we are here. Okay, awesome. So it looks like the Facebook group is on, and then YouTube, it should be on as well. So the first thing that I want to do is I just want to highlight what's been happening this past week for me. So if you're on my email list, I send a lot of emails. Usually it's between ClickFunnels tutorials, what I'm seeing in the whole funnel building space, and then also just trying to get to know you. So if I ever send any emails, make sure you hit reply and then share kind of some of your thoughts. Or if you want to, just send me an email directly, and I'd love to get to know you. So this is going to be super exciting. So if also too, I want to know where you're watching from. So if you want to put either the city, the state, or the country of where you're watching from, this is kind of a great way for me to connect with the community and see and listen to basically get to know you a little bit better. So hopefully we'll kind of throughout this whole going live stream, going in the group and stuff like that, I'll be able to get to know you a little bit better. But at least first off, love to at least know your name and where you're watching from. Okay, so let me share with you at least a few things that I've been seeing in the whole ClickFunnels space. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, that's the best place if you want to watch some of the tutorial videos that I make. Now I email it to my list, but I want to make sure that everyone has access to it. So if you go to YouTube and then you could search my name, Austin Dorman, and then it's funnels, Austin Dorman funnels. Then you could get there. You could subscribe. Make sure you like some of the videos, comment on it. If you have any suggestions of videos that you'd like to have, let me know as well so I could get those created for you. And another thing that I just want to do is I want to share my screen. See, share screen. Okay. Perfect. Now, if you're not already familiar with who Russell Brunson is or ClickFunnels and everything, let me just take a couple minutes to kind of explain that. So, Russell Brunson is the co-founder of ClickFunnels, which is a marketing software that helps build you funnels, which is basically it's a series of landing pages kind of strung together in order to help you either get more leads or make more money. And so he launched a challenge called the Selling Online Challenge. This was back in, I want to say it was back in August when he first launched it. And then he went live August, September, and then I think October he went live as well. So basically he's trying to make this more of a monthly challenge. And if you have a business and you want to basically get more sales using kind of the one to many um, methodology, framework, and stuff like that, this is a really great challenge for you. So send me a DM if you're interested in this, so I could I could send you my affiliate link, and then. But this is a really good challenge. I mean, I would say he's like Russell Brunson's kind of like a wizard when it comes to funnels and selling online. So even like right here, discover the one to many selling secrets that allowed him to sell over $1 billion online, which is so crazy. So that's just something that I just want to highlight. So first off, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Second, send me a message so I can send you a link to the Selling Online Challenge so that you could join. And so, but this is really awesome, really good stuff. So Let me stop sharing really quick. And also too, this past week I've been working on my framework. So basically, along with being a certified funnel builder and ClickFunnels ambassador, my ultimate goal is to help businesses grow their businesses online, so that without like the tech overwhelm. And I use that by leveraging strategy, mindset, and technology. And so, just about a little bit about the mindset. Is it okay if I take like 5 minutes just to kind of explain it before we jump in to like building funnels? Okay, perfect. And so basically with strategy, you have to have this baseline understanding. So this understanding of your business, the market, your business objective, and then also what type of funnel that you need in order to achieve your business objective. So that's kind of like the baseline understanding portion of the strategy. And once we have that understanding, that's where we go into modeling. Now, have you ever heard the expression, don't reinvent the wheel? Type yes if you have, type no if you haven't. But basically, reinventing the wheel is basically like remaking a process that was already done or a product that was already done. So that's why they say don't reinvent the wheel. So basically, we have to model what's working, and so that's the second part of the strategy is basically going out to the internet, seeing what funnels are out there, and seeing what's working, so we could implement it in your business. And so once you have that understanding and that modeling, then we go into the really fun part that I've been talking about a little bit. It's called funnel engineering. And so there's two parts of funnel engineering. First is bringing the traffic inside your funnel. And then the second part is making that traffic convert. So this is going to be your conversion rate optimization, your split testing as well. So basically making sure that your funnel is not leaky. Earlier in the week, I kind of compared this to builders and engineers like building buildings. So, for example, the builders would they would lay the foundation, they would build the walls, put up the frames, and then they would help out with the inside as well. And then the funnel engineers are the ones that, or the engineers in general, they're the ones that would go to the building and inspect it. So it's kind of making sure that there's no cracks, make sure the foundation is sound. And this is the really cool part about taking that analogy and putting it with funnels as well. So there's a lot of funnel builders in this space, especially over the past few years. I've been doing this for 2.5 years. That's where I joined the ClickFunnels certification program. And so basically, like funnel building's kind of the hot thing to do right now. But like the funnel engineers are the ones that they have a really like close eye on your funnel. They're the ones that make sure that it's like fully optimized and make sure that your funnel is working, it's making money in some way or another. So that's kind of the strategy piece that I've been working on this past weekend. And then obviously you have to have your mindset, you have to have your purpose, make sure that you have belief in yourself, make sure you're efficient and resilient. And then the last piece is the technology, which we're going to jump into the funnels. So this is like funnels, AI integrations, and automation. So that's kind of what I've been working on. That my framework. So you're going to see a little bit more about it later this week. But for right now, let's hop into building funnels. So I'm going to share my screen one more time and then kind of give you a recap of what we done last week, and we'll get going. Let's see. Just give me 1 second just to get everything up and going with ClickFunnels. And okay, so we are good. Okay, so this is ClickFunnels. If you haven't already signed up for ClickFunnels, make sure you check out the descriptions or the comments to get your 14-day free trial of ClickFunnels. There are some deals where if you do the one funnel away challenge, you get like a longer free trial. So I'll also put that in the description as well, so that you could, yeah. So then you can have 90 days instead of 14 days. 90 days is kind of crazy. It's like 3 months of for a free trial. But to recap what we did last time, we started working on our lead squeeze funnel, which is kind of the most basic funnel, and the purpose of this funnel is to basically help you get leads. So you provide something of value in exchange for someone's contact information. Now we started on the opt-in page. So if we let's go here. And I'm actually going to copy this as well and put it on my other screen. So this is kind of the first part of the funnel, the opt-in page. And it should look like this right here. So this is what we created. Now my goal is to help people build funnels and without like, I don't know, without like all the extra like designs and like finding images and stuff. I figured the best thing to do is we would just use the templates that were provided by ClickFunnels. So if you haven't seen the first part of the live stream, make sure you go watch that. So that's where we downloaded a template inside of your ClickFunnels account, and then that's where we started building this first part of the lead squeeze funnel page right here. So this is what it looks like. So the full template, let me actually open that up for you. So this is, yep. So this is part one of the template. So bam, isn't that so good? That's like pretty identical. So I mean, there's like a few like minor things here and there, like font size and everything, but like overall, like the structure is looking like really good. So that's the first part, and then the second part. This is what we're gonna work on today. We're gonna work on the thank you page, and so let me do that. Yep. Okay. So this is the thank you page that we're going to work on for today. And the reason why I decided to use the ClickFunnels templates, one is they're all really good, and two, with all these like mockups and everything, we could do like specific trainings on like how to create mockups. But I figure for like the broader audience of people um, who maybe are building their first funnel, like they're kind of very new to this whole like funnel building game, or maybe they just want to like, maybe you're in like the second bucket where it's like I just want like a little bit more experience, but I don't know how to get more experience. I figured this was kind of like the best way. And then also for the advanced people, this is kind of like more of a refresher as well. So this is what we're going to work on. So just to kind of give you a little bit of a maybe a general overview of this and the structure of it, we have a headline right here, this thank you page. We have a sub headline right here. Please check your email inbox for amazing report. And then right here, this is, you could probably think of this as like a sub headline, or even just like duplicating this and making it smaller. So like a headline. And then you have three things. So 1, 2, and 3. So this is kind of like a really cool thing because what's happening, if we're talking about like strategy and everything, you would have that squeeze funnel page right here. They would get this report, PDF, ebook, whatever it is. And then here it says, please check your email inbox for amazing report. So what's happening is there's a workflow attached to it. So we could do like a separate training on workflows, how to create a workflow, what's like best practices for workflows. But essentially what's happening is someone opts in and then it automatically sends an email to that person with the report. You could do it kind of like a few different ways. You could do it that way. You could also put the report on here on the thank you page as well, and then someone would just click a button that says download report. I kind of like this structure right here, just because it you're presenting more offers and more things to the people that are opting into your funnel. So like right here, it says you may be interested in these things. So it's like 1, 2, and 3. So this could be like another product that you have. So you're basically helping them go up the value ladder. Maybe it's like a free report and then you have a course. So it's like, hey, you might be interested in this course, kind of like the next thing. Another thing too that's really awesome with these like lead squeeze funnels as well is you could also put your affiliate offers as well. So like for example, there's that selling online challenge that I was showing you about. So one could be like, oh, here, check out this course. You might be interested in it. It's like, oh, here, check out this challenge, which is like your affiliate offer. And then right here could be, a third item as well. So yeah, that's kind of it of like the plan that we're doing. So maybe put too bad we can't do like emojis or anything. I was about to say put a thumbs up if you're ready to go. Maybe put a 1 if you're like ready to go, ready to create this thank you page. And then put maybe a 2 if you're like, hey, like kind of give it like wait, and if you have any questions too, like I'm going to try and do my best with monitoring questions both in the Facebook group and also the YouTube channel as well. So let me know if you have any questions. We'll try and address those. If I don't address them here live with you, I'll just make sure to reply back. So okay. Let's get going then. So we have this thank you page. I'm gonna put it over to my other screen. So I'm working on three screens right now. I have one screen over here, my main screen with the camera, and then this is where I'm gonna be building out the funnel. So if my eyes are kind of looking over to the side, it's because I'm looking at the funnel. So I'm gonna try and make sure that I'm looking at you guys. So let's bring this over here. And then let's also just close these right now. And so right now we're in the funnel editor. So this is where we're going to start building the second page of our funnel. So we're just going to go right here. We're going to click on this plus button. We're going to click on page. Another nice thing about ClickFunnels is there's a lot of templates and pages as well. So they're here. These are for opt-in. So for this part, like you could select like a thank you page that you're like, oh, like let me just use a template and just to make the process a little bit easier and smoother. So that is another option as well. Is you can use these templates within ClickFunnels. Because we're doing funnel build outs and just like walking through the whole process, we're going to click on new page because I want you guys to be funnel builders, and then down the road I want you guys to be funnel engineers as well. So we're going to type in thank you. So that's going to be the name of the page. And then this automatically inputs the page URL. You could change this if you want to. Probably generally, like if this is your, first lead squeeze funnel, I would probably just put opt in for the first page and then thank you for the next page. And then this is all good. You could create a description as well, attach a style guide. If you need kind of like a refresher or don't know about style guides, I have a YouTube video on that. So once you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, you could also find that there. And then I would leave this off. Index and search engine. This is basically like saying if someone like went on Google, they'll like find it directly. What we want is we want people to opt into our funnel and then go to the thank you page. We don't want people to basically like go straight to the thank you page because then it's like, well, we just we the purpose is to get like build your email list and everything, and it's like so that's why we leave this off for right now. So let's click create page. Just gonna give it a second to load. Okay, awesome. So let's click edit. Okay, and so we are right here. I'm just gonna close that right here. Okay, so we are in a blank page. So there's nothing here, and we're gonna make basically this turn into this right here. And the nice thing about downloading the templates is you also get all the images as well. So it just makes the process in terms of like demoing and building it out with you guys live a lot easier. So we have this background right here. We have these three images, and then I think everything else we could just create inside ClickFunnels itself. So let's go here. Let's go click add new section. We're going to add a new row, and then we're just going to do one column row. So basically, the idea is the sections are kind of like the big parts of the page, and then you have the row, which is kind of like the grouping of it, and then these elements are like the individual things on it. So, for example, this whole section right here is a section. And then this one right here, this is probably a row, one column row where you have a headline element, you have a subheadline element, you have a divider right here, and then you also have a subheadline right here as well. And then down here, this is another row. So this is going to be a 3-column row where we're going to have an image element, a paragraph element, and then a button. So that's going to be the structure for that. And then down here, this would be a different section. And so you would add a new section. This would probably be a three column section as well. So one for the image right here, then one for the pages, and then one for social. Okay, so we added that. What we're going to do, let's actually add the background first. So we're going to click over here, and then we're going to click it. We're going to go background, and then we're going to click this little image icon. And so this is where you have like all your images and everything. Luckily, because we downloaded the template, we have, like I mentioned, all these kind of like mock-ups and stuff already prepared for us. And so we're going to click on this little one right here. It's kind of hard to see just because it's so like it's like white and a light gray. So we're just going to click on that. And then we want this to be for style. We're going to want this to be, I believe it's fill 100% width and height. So we're just going to click it there. Call it good. Okay, awesome. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get that headline in. So we're going to click a new element. We're going to click on headline. And for this one, we're going to say, thank you. And then we're going to make this a little bit bigger. So the nice thing about ClickFunnels is there's no code. It's all drag and drop. It's super simple, which I absolutely love. And so what we're going to do is I like to use pixel. So we're just going to change it to pixel, make this a little bigger. I would say that's probably good enough. If you need to make it bigger, you could just override the number and then just input the number you like. So for example, if we wanted like 96, you could just do that. But I think 72 would probably be good enough. And then the one tip and trick is to make sure that it's mobile optimized as well. So we have this desktop icon right here. So this is what it's going to look like on the desktop. If you click on this mobile, that's what it's going to look like on mobile, which this looks really small. So we're gonna make this a little bit bigger. So we'll go to settings and then we'll do kind of maybe like half the pixel size roughly. So that looks pretty good, I'd say. Let me just go over here, look at our, just want to check out what font it is. It looks like it's Barlow. So we're going to go to settings. We're just going to change this to Barlow. Want to make sure it's as close as possible. And then it looks like it defaulted to thin, but this is probably like a bolder black. So we're just gonna, that looks too bold. Yeah, I think bold's good enough. Okay, so we got the headline down. What we're going to do is we're going to get that sub headline. So this is the part where it says, please check your email inbox for your amazing report. So we're going to click add element, sub headline. It's orange right now. We'll change it a little bit later. So we're just going to type in, please check your email inbox for the amazing report. Okay. And then, like I mentioned, what we're going to do is we're going to change the color. We're going to change the font size as well. It looks a little bit kind of thick, to be honest. So maybe let's make this a little lighter. And then I'm going to change these to pixel. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. I would probably say I'm just kind of eyeballing it right here. I think that's probably good enough. And then let's check this. Usually with sub headlines like this, you'll want it a little bit like smaller font than the headline, because the headline is basically the thing that's going to be the attention grabbing, and then the sub headlines basically like what you see underneath. That's like the second thing in terms of like visually, it's like, oh, I want to see the thank you page and then the sub headline right here. So I would probably go maybe like this would probably be good enough. Okay, and then let me check. Oh, we'll just change the color. So it was kind of this like light gray. So you could do one of two things. You could just like make it black and then change the opacity of it. Let's see, kind of like that. I think that looks like pretty good. Another thing too is you could leave it as 100%, but just kind of make it more gray, like that way. So that looks pretty good. So thank you. Please check your email inbox for the amazing report. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a divider. So the divider, we're going to add element. Then let's do a divider. That looks pretty good for the most part. If you want to, you could adjust the divider. So you could either do it by width. So right here we have it 20%. Currently it's left align. Actually, it looks like it was left aligned by default. So if we did center and then we made it smaller in width, that's where it'll just go smaller in the middle. Now you could do left or right if you want to, but we're just going to stick it to the middle. And then maybe let's make it like 80% here. And then also too, you could change the color. So let's say if we wanted a red or if we wanted a blue, then we could do that there. but we're just going to make it black. And then right here, height. So this is going to be like kind of the width. So if we did, let's say like 10, for example, it's super thick. So for, or I guess it was 20. I thought I pressed 10. But I would probably leave it like maybe let's do like 3, see what that looks like, or 2. Yeah, I think 2 looks pretty good for right now. So we have the thank you page, we have this the thank you headline, then we have the sub headline. Please check your email inbox for this amazing report. And then the next thing that we're going to look at is, let me actually pull it over here. So we did this one. Thank you. Please check your email inbox for amazing report. We did the divider, and then we also have this as well. You may be interested in these, and then it's kind of the 3 things. So I'm gonna just duplicate this. So we're gonna clone it, and then we're gonna drag and drop it down here below, and we're gonna change this to be you may also, no, it looks like there's not be interested. It says you may also interested. So we'll just change it. You may also be interested in these, and then that. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make this smaller because this was copied from the headline up here, so it's 72 pixels. So we're definitely want to make this like smaller, not too small, but that looks pretty good. And then also make this one smaller as well. So maybe I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so we have that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do icon before and then icon after. So let's do that. And then usually with the icon size, I usually like to match it to whatever the desktop and mobile is. So this is 32 mobile, 18 pixels for, oh, sorry, 32 pixels for desktop, 18 pixels for mobile. So I usually try and match it so it's similar like that. So if we had 32 and 18, just so that it matches the font size. And then I also add like a little bit of spacing as well, just to make the page breathe a little bit. So this is 5 pixels margin to the right. So it just made that space right here a little bit bigger. I'm going to do the same thing right here. So we're going to make this 18. So this is the icon after. And then we're going to do it to the left 5. So that makes it kind of breathe a little bit better. And then this one, we had it, they had down arrows. So let's see if let's do arrow. Let's see if they have it. They might have something similar at least. So it looks like they have these. Oh, perfect. So we got that double down. Then let's do arrow right here. We want that double down arrow. Perfect. And then they had this kind of like, it's like a light blue, almost like a turquoise looking color. So we're just going to kind of eyeball it for right now. I think that was probably good enough. Maybe like a little bit darker so it doesn't stick out too much. And then it looks like that's good to go. Bam, this is looking pretty good. So we have the headline, subheadline, divider, and then there's also like other headlines. So like I mentioned, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have that the row and then the 3 columns of the row. And so that's where we're gonna put in our offers. So we're gonna click add row and then do a 3-column row. So we're gonna have 1, 2, and 3 right here. And the structure of it, if we went back to it, you have the image, you have the paragraph, and then you have this button right here. And we'll also kind of talk about how to make this button look the way it is, where it's like if you hover over it, it like does a darker orange. So we'll talk about that a little bit later, but that's going to be the idea of it in terms of structure. So we're going to click add new, we're going to click image, and then we're going to kind of shortcut this. So we're going to clone it twice. We're going to drag the image element inside each row. So that's kind of the quick way to do it, where it's like, especially with things that are a little bit repetitive that I've seen, is I usually like to copy and clone it. So I clone it and then put it where it needs to be, and then I just go in and like add all the images at once, or like basically like in a row. So for example, we have this green one right here, and then we have this orange mock-up. So let's go to the orange mock-up. And then let's go this one. This is also the light blue one, so we're gonna do that one as well. So it just makes it a little bit easier. It's kind of squished, so I want to actually make this a little bit wider, maybe like maybe like 1400. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then actually maybe let's make this a little smaller or what it was before. 170. And maybe we could go here. So currently it's 16. Maybe let's make it like 20 or 30. Basically, I wanted to have like a little bit of space and room in between. So we're going to go to this column setting and then go to margin and left and right. And then we're going to do 30. So it makes the image a little smaller, but at least it gives like more like breathing room for these two images. So we're just going to do that for these two as well. So 30. Okay. Then we're going to add a new image or new element, and then we're going to do paragraph right here. And I kind of want that paragraph color to match almost like this color right here. At least that's what it kind of looks like for the most part. So we're going to just let's make this a little bit kind of like grayish. I think that looks good for right now. Maybe make it a little darker. Makes it a little bit easier to read. And then I'm going to go down here. I'm going to click override. For the most part, it looks fine. I think the line height, I just want to make it a little bit bigger. And the reason being it kind of looked a little squished. I'm not sure if you like noticed that. So it was at 130, which it looks fine for the most part, but like for what we're trying to achieve and like trying to mirror and model off of, I kind of want to make it a little bit bigger in terms of like breathing room. So that looks pretty good. Also too, let's add some top margin, so a little bit of spacing between this image and then this paragraph right here. So let's do like 10. See what that looks like. I would say 10 is probably pretty good. So you have the margin up here, and then you also have the padding as well to help out with that. So we're gonna clone this twice. Now, when you're actually building out your own lead squeeze funnel, make sure that you update the copy right here to be like what it wants to be. When you just add a paragraph element, it just does that like filler text stuff. So just make sure that you update that. Let's see. I just want to see how everyone else is doing. Just checking the comments really quick. Looks like everyone's kind of up to speed. No questions so far. So we're doing good. Okay. Awesome. So the last thing that we're gonna do is oh, actually two things. So we're gonna do these buttons right here, and then we're also gonna do this footer as well. So let's add an element. We're gonna type in button. It's already kind of at this orange. We're gonna make the font a little bit smaller. So I think this is at Barlow. So we'll just do Barlow here. Make this maybe like regular or medium. Uh, let's make it bold actually. Okay. And then let's put these as pixels. I think these could be a little bit smaller. That looks good. And then let's look at the font for this one. I accidentally made it a little smaller, but I think 24 looks pretty good for this. So with this one, we're going to change what it's saying. So we're going to type in get this now. And then what you would want to do is you'll want to do go to, and then you'll put in the URL of where either your funnel of your, like, let's say this was a free report and this is like your course. So you would just go to like where your course funnel is at. If it was an affiliate offer, you just put in the URL of the affiliate link, your affiliate link, and then you also have the option to open it up as a new window. I would probably just click on it so you have like the thank you page and then go to the new offer. So if they ever want to go back to the thank you page to check out like your other things as well, or even if you had that download button, I would recommend just leaving this check. So we'll do that for right now. Now it's going to give you a warning just because there's no a link to it, but that's totally fine. Okay, so we're gonna go down here and we're gonna change the color for the hover. Oh, it looks like it did it automatically. So I just want to walk through this because this is a really cool thing. You'll probably see it a lot in like websites and other people's funnels. So usually by default they have this like solid color, and then usually with the hover they change the coloring. So when you hover over it, just like what we saw previously, it changes it and makes it a little darker. Now, if you wanted to, I've also seen people do it this way, where you have the main color here, and then you do a gradient. Also make this same thing. So currently it's at the same color, but I've seen some people where they do kind of like a gradient when they click on it and do it kind of like this way, or even maybe more like this way. It kind of adds like an extra, like layer of style, in my opinion. Um, Let's save anyways. Oh, another thing, make sure you save your work often because you don't know what's going to happen and you don't want your work to be lost. So luckily we didn't have to worry about it for here, but just another key point. So let's click on this preview button here at the top right hand. And yeah, so when you see it, you see that orange, and then when you hover over it, it has that gradient look to it, and it just makes it a little bit like, I think it looks cool, like doing that. I've also seen buttons where it kind of, I think it starts that way, and then when they hover, it switches the coloring. So like this light orange would be like over here, and this like the regular orange would be on the left. Something interesting, kind of like small details and stuff, but that's just something to like keep in mind as well. And so let's actually just copy these buttons and drag it over. Hey, this looks pretty good. So we have the image, we have the paragraph, and then we have the button down here. So the last thing that we need to do is create this footer section right here as well. And so I talked about this footer section in my last video, but just kind of want to recap it here. Right here with this footer, this is probably what I would recommend doing is creating a universal section. So meaning that if you ever update, let's say you had this footer here on this funnel, but you also had it on like three other funnels with universal sections. If you update one of the funnels, so you have like the four funnels. If you update it anywhere in the four, then it's going to automatically update the other ones, which makes it like super nice. It used to be in ClickFunnels Classic where you would have to update the footer in one funnel, and then you have to go to the other funnel, update it there, and then I think even on like the pages as well, where it's like you have to update it in like, let's say like the first page, and then the second page, and then the third page. So this like obviously saves so much time. And if you go here, if we add this section and then go to universal, we had that footer universal section already saved to our account. So you could honestly use this as a template. It's purple instead of green. So green is not universal section, purple is universal section. And then you just edit the block and then just edit like what you want here. I don't want to like mess up the universal section stuff. So, but I do want to just talk about like how this was created, just so that you know like what to do. Okay, so we're gonna go here to add row. We're gonna do a 3 column row. So one is for the logo, one is for the pages, and then one is for the social. And this is probably going to be the same size, 1170. Yep. And then 20, 20, 15. So 20 for padding, 20 for bottom padding, and then 15 for the sides. So if we go here to our settings, it should be the same. That's kind of like the default option, which is looking good. So we're going to add a new element. We're going to do image right here. And we're going to add, I'm not sure if that specific image got downloaded to our account. If not, that's totally fine. I'm just going to go to, I know I created a mock-up. We also have that logo right there. Yeah, let's click on this one. This was kind of a mock-up I've done in the past. So we're going to make this a little bit smaller. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to make it left aligned. So that's kind of what it looks like right here. So image, image, and then these right here. This is 2 elements. So this is probably, let's check it out. Yeah, it's just a paragraph element. This is also paragraph elements, but these also have your hyperlinks as well. You could do it one of two ways for this bottom section. They just lumped all the paragraph elements together. I've seen it where it's like individual ones. So you have like the home, and then you have the about us, the contact us, and our products. You could do that. I've done it in the past, and usually that just gives you more flexibility in terms of like um how much spacing you want between, like, let's say the home and the about us. So there's no like right or wrong answer in like what you want to do. So we're just going to try and model it as best as we can. So we're going to add an element, we're going to do paragraph, and then we're going to make this called pages, make it left align, and then we're going to override this, make a, it's probably Barlow, do Barlow right here, and then make this black or bold. Make it bold, make it a little bigger. That looks that looks good enough, in my opinion. And then let's clone this and put it over here. So this is going to be social. And then let's add this one right here. So let's actually just clone this. And then here, we probably want it to have a little bit extra spacing. So we'll probably just do 10 right here, just so that it gives that bigger gap. And then this is where we're going to do like, here, let me just change some stuff. Make this, let's make it regular home. And then you have like about us, contact, contact us, and like our products. I guess what you could do is you could have it not have like any spacing, and then go over here, and then there's like a line spacing. So if you did like, oh, that is not what we want to do. Probably like line height. Yeah, that's like what I would recommend doing if you went the one element route. So we could do it like that. And then this is where you would highlight, put in your hyperlink for the home, and then put in the URL. Then you could just duplicate it, change it over here, put your socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest over here on the side. But that's how you recreate this universal section. So we're just going to delete it for right now, and we're going to click save. Okay. So that's everything in terms of this thank you page. So I mean, this was, I want to say we started maybe 15 after the start time. So we got this done in like less than maybe like 20-30 minutes, just like whipping this up. So that's really awesome. So if we, let's preview our funnel right here. So thank you page, the sub headline. You may also be interested in these, and then the universal section down here below. And then let's look at the model that we had. Looks pretty good. So thank you. We got all the images, the paragraphs, the buttons, and then this section down here as well. So but yeah, that's everything. So we just did part 1 last week, which was building the opt-in page. We did part 2 today, which was creating the thank you page. And so we completed a lead squeeze funnel, which is so exciting. Type in maybe type in excited if you're excited. Um, the thing about these like funnel build outs that I've realized in the past like couple weeks of like today and yesterday, it's so awesome teaching about like how to build funnels. I remember when I first started building funnels, I it was kind of like overwhelming, to be honest, because it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many like pieces of it. You have to learn like design, you have to learn strategy, you have to learn, copywriting and stuff like that. But it's like honestly, like once you like go through it, and like once you're in like a good group of people, you have people that are like passionate about building funnels, and like they're here to help you along the way. Like it just makes the whole process and experience like so awesome. And so just want to give a shout out to all my mentors and people I've been in like communities, like these funnel building communities for. They've been like so awesome as well. If this is like something that you're interested in, so let's say like you're very beginning, you're like, hey, I kind of like doing these like funnel like building stuff. Let me know, because I want to share like the resources that I've been a part of. I could give you like tips and tricks on like which ones that I would recommend personally. But yeah, that's kind of it for today. So I'm going to send this out to everyone via email so that you could watch the replay if you need to watch the replay. Also, to keep an eye out on your inbox as well for what we're going to do next week. So if you have any suggestions, also email me as well. And if you need to join my email list, let's say you haven't joined already, I'll put it in the description and the comments to join as well. So appreciate everyone here that attended live, and I appreciate all those that are in my community, and for those that will watch the replay. Like I mentioned, my name is Austin Dorman. I'm a certified funnel builder and ClickFunnels ambassador. I'm here to help entrepreneurs grow their businesses online without the tech overwhelm by implementing strategy, mindset, technology. So we just kind of touched on the strategy side of it. We also touched on the technology side with the funnels and everything. Later down the road, actually talk about mindset. There's a few communities I'm a part of where like mindset's kind of like a big thing. So that's going to be kind of a cool live stream. So kind of TBD on that. I'll announce it in my Facebook community and also my newsletter as well about when we're going to do it. But hope you all have a great Saturday. There's a lot of things to do. If you're in like the United States, it's I think it's just a little past noon in like some parts, and then if you're on like the West Coast or Mountain West, like the day's just started, so it's going to be really awesome. But until then, see you next time. Let me know if you have any questions. Put them in the comments. Put them in, yeah, just put them in the comment section if you have any questions, and then I'll get to you. And we'll see you all next week.